I'm gonna be reading Pride and Prejudice chapter 7. Let's start. Yep. Mr. Bennet's property consisted almost entirely in an estate of 2,000 a year, which unfortunately for his daughters was entailed in default of hers mill on a distant relation, and their mother's fortune, though imply for her situation in life, could but ill supply the deficiency of his. Her father had been an attorney in Meryton and had left her £4,000. She had a sister married to a Mr. Phillips, who had been a clerk to their father and succeeded them in the business, and a brother settled in London in a respectable line of trade. The village of Longbourn was only 1 mile from Meryton, a most convenient distance for the young ladies who were usually tempted. Okay, let me look up this word. So guys, let me look up this word. Thither. Okay, thither. Who were usually tempted thither 3 or 4 times a week to pay their duty to their aunt and to a milliner's shop just over the way. The two youngest of the family, Catherine and Lydia, were particularly frequent in these attentions. Their minds were more vacant than their sisters, and when nothing better offered, a walk to Meryton was necessary to amuse their morning hours and furnish conversation for the evening. And however bare of news the country in general might be, they always contrived to lend some from their aunt. At present, indeed, they were all well supplied both with news and happiness by the recent arrival of a militia regiment in the neighborhood. It was to remain the whole winter, and Meryton was the headquarters. Their visits to Mrs. Philip were now productive of the most interesting intelligence. Every day added something to their knowledge of the office name and connections. Their logins were not a long secret, and at length they began to know the office themselves. Mr. Philip visited them all, and this opened to their nieces a source of felicity unknown before. They could talk of nothing but officers and Mr. Bingley's large fortune, the mention of which gave animation to their mother, was worthless in the eyes when opposed to the regimentals of Ensign. After listening to one morning to their infusions on this subject, Mr. Bennet coolly observed, "From all that I can collect by your manner of talking, you must be two of the silliest girls in the country. I have suspected it sometime, but am now convinced." Catherine was disconcerted, and made no answer. But Lydia, with perfect indifference, continued to express her admiration of Captain Carter, and her hope of seeing him in the course of the day, as he was going the next morning to London. "I am astonished, my dear," said Mrs. Bennet, "that you be so ready to think your own children silly. If I wish to think slightly of anybody's children, it should not be of my own, however. If my children are silly, I must hope to be always responsible of it. Yes, but as it happens, they are all of them very clever. This is the only point, I flatter myself, on which we do not agree. I had hoped that our sentiments coincident in every particular, but I must so far differ from you as to think our two youngest daughters uncommonly foolish. My dear Mr. Bennet, you must not expect such girls to have the sense of their father and mother. When they get to our age, I dare say they will not think about officers any more than we do. I remember the time when I liked a red coat myself very well, and indeed so I do still at my heart, and if a smart young colonel with 5 or 6 thousand a year, I should want one of my girls, I shall not say nay to him, and I thought Colleen Foster looked very becoming the other night at Sir William's in his regimentals. Mama cried Lizzo. Sorry. Mama cried Lydia. Sorry. Okay, let me repeat that again. Mama cried Lydia. My aunt says that the Colonial Foster and Captain Carter do not go so often to Miss Waston as they did when they first came. She sees them now very often standing in Clerk's library. Mrs. Bennet was prevented replying by the entrance of the footman with a note for Miss Bennet. It came from Netherfield, and the servants waited for an answer. Miss Bennet's eyes sparkled with treasure, and she was eagerly calling out while her daughter read. "Well, Jane, who is this for? What is it about? What does he say?" "Well, Jane, make a haste and tell us. Make a haste, my love. It's for Miss Bentley," said Jane, and read it aloud. My dear friend, if you are not so compassionate as to dine today with Louisa and me, we shall be in danger of hating each other for the rest of our lives. For her whole days terre between two women can never end without a quarrel. Come as soon as you can on the receipt of this. My brother and the gentlemen are to dine with the officers. Yours ever, Caroline Bentley. With the officers, cried Lydia. I wonder my aunt did not tell us all of that. Dining now, said Mrs. Bentley. That is very unlucky. Can I have the carriage? Said Jane. No, my dear. You had better go on horseback because it seems likely to rain, and then you must stay all night. That would be a good scheme, said Elizabeth, if you were sure that they would not offer to send her home. Oh, but the gentlemen will have Mr. Bailey's chance to go to Meryton, and the house have no horses to theirs. I had much rather go in the coach. But my dear, your father cannot spare the horses, I am sure. They are wanted in the farm. Mr. Bennet, are not they? They are wanted in the farm much oftener than I can get them. But if you have got them today, said Elizabeth, my mother's purpose will be answered. She did at last exhaust from her father an acknowledgment that the hospices were engaged. Jane was therefore obliged to go on horseback, and her mother attended her to the door with many cheerful. Okay, let me look for this word. Let me look for this word. PROGNOST. Progenitor. Wait, let me pronunciation.
Prognostics.
Oh, prognostic. Oh, never mind. Okay, Jane was therefore obliged to go on the horseback, and her mother attended to the door with many cheerful prognostic of a bad day. Her hopes were answered. Jane had not been gone long before it rained hard. Her sisters were uneasy for her, but her mother was delighted. The rain continued the whole evening without intermission. Jane certainly could not come back. This was a lucky idea of mine indeed, said Mrs. Bennet more than once, as if the credit of making it rain were all her own. Till the next morning, however, she was not aware of all the felicity. This word, I've seen it a lot. Let me see. Felicity. Is it felicity? Let me see. Let me confirm it. I've seen it a lot. Must well learn that word before. Oh, pronunciation.
Felicity.
I did it! I said it right. Okay, till the next morning, however, she was not aware of all the felicity of her con- contra- contrivance. Contrivance. Yeah. What is the meaning of felicity? Intense happiness. Okay, nice. Okay, let's continue. Breakfast was scarcely over when a servant from Netherfield brought the following note for Elizabeth. My dear Lizzie, I find myself very unwell this morning, which I suppose is to be imputed to my getting wet through yesterday. My kind friends will not hear of my returning home till I'm better. They insist also on my seeing Mr. Jones. Therefore do not be alarmed if you should hear of his having been to me and expecting a sore throat and headache. There is not much matter with me. Yours and C. My dear, said Mr. Bennet, when Elizabeth had read the note aloud, if your daughter should have a dangerous fit of illness, if she should die, it will be a comfort to know that it was all in pursuit of Mr. Bentley and under your orders. Oh, I'm not at all afraid of her dying. People do not die of little trifling colds. Colds. She will be taken good care of. As long as she stays there, it is all very well. I will go and see her if I could have the courage. Elizabeth, feeling really anxious, was determined to go to her, though the courage was not to be had, and as she was no horsewoman, walking was her only alternative. She declared her resolution. How can you be so silly, cried her mother, as to think of such a thing? In all this dirt? You will not be fit to be seen when you get there. I shall be very fit to see Jane, which is all I want. Is this a hint to me, Lizzie? Said her father. To send for the horses? No, indeed. I do not wish to avoid a walk. The distance is nothing when one has a motive. Only 3 miles. I shall be back by dinner. I admire the activity of your Benny. Oh, okay, let me look up this word.
Benevolence.
Oh, benevolent. Oh, wow. Okay, benevolent. I admire the activity of your benevolence. Okay, I love this word. Benevolence. I just love the meaning. It says benevolent is the disposition to do good, characterized by goodwill, kindness, and charitableness. Benevolent. I admire the activity of your benevolence, observed Mary. But every impulse of feeling should be guided by reason. And in my opinion, this word I forgot how to say. Exertion should always be in preposition to what is required. We will go as far as Meryton with you, said Katrina and Lydia. Elizabeth accepted their company, and the three young ladies set off together. If we make a haste, said Lydia, as they walk along, perhaps we may see something of Captain Carter before he goes. In Meryton they parted. The two youngest repaired to the lodgings of one of the officer's wife, and Elizabeth continued her walk alone, crossing field after field at a quick pace, jumping over stills and springing over puddles with impatient activity, and finding herself at last within view of the house, with weary ankles, dirty stockings, and a face glowing with the warmth of exercise. She was sorry. Sorry, I'm looking up this word. I forgot how to pronounce it.
Words into well fusing vocabulary. Like this video if you found it useful. Appreciate your
Sewn. Oh, sewn. She was stowed into the breakfast parlor where all that Jean were assembled, and where her appearance created a great deal of surprise. That she should have walked 3 miles so early in the day, in such dirty weather, and by herself, was almost incredible to Miss Hart's. Let me learn this word. Because I see this word a lot and I want to learn it. Hearst. Oh, not heart. Hearst. Yeah. Okay, so it was almost incredible to Miss Hearst and Miss Bentley, and Elizabeth was convinced that they held her in contempt for it. She was received, however, very politely by them, but in their brother's manners there was something better than politeness. That was good humor and kindness. Mr. Darcy said very little, and Mr. Hurst, nothing at all. Hurts, yeah, nothing at all. Hurts. The former was divided between admiration of brilliancy. Oh my goodness, I forgot how to pronounce this word. Wait, let me look it up. Oh my god. Brilliancy, which exercise had given to her complexion, and doubt as to the occasions justifying her coming so far alone. The latter was thinking only of his breakfast. Her enquiries after her sister were not very favourably answered. Miss Bennet had slept ill, and though up was very feverish and not well enough to leave her room. Elizabeth was glad to be taken to her immediately, and Jane, who had only been withheld by the fear of giving alarm or convenience from expressing in her notes how much she longed for such visit, was delighted at her entrance. She was not equal, however, to much conversation, and when Miss Bentley left them together, could attempt little beside expressions of gratitude for the extraordinary kindness she was treated with. Elizabeth silently attended her. When breakfast was over, they were joined by the sisters, and Elizabeth began to like them herself. And when she saw how much affection and solitude this oh my god, let me look up this word. I forgot how to pronounce it. Showed. Where did I reach? I forgot. Oh my goodness. When she saw how much affection and solitude they showed for Jane, the apothecarily. Oh my goodness. Let me look up this word. Apothecary. I said it right though, but hey, it wasn't right. The apothecary came and, having examined his patient, said, as might be supposed, that she had caught a violent cold, and that they must endeavor to get the better of it, advised her to return to bed, and promised her some draughts. The advice was followed readily, for the feverish symptoms increased, and her headache acutely. Elizabeth did not quit her room for a moment, nor were the other ladies often absent. The gentlemen being out, they had in fact nothing to do anywhere. When the clock struck 3, Elizabeth felt that she must go, and very unwillingly said so. Miss Bentley offered her the carriage, and she only wanted a little pressing to accept it. When Jane testified each consent in parting with her, that Miss Bentley was obliged to convert the offer of the. Let me look up this word. This word, I've seen it a lot. I feel like there's some words that I need to learn, because chase, to convert the offer of the chase into an investigate invite investigation. Oh my goodness, sometimes, okay, sorry, let me, guys, someone oh my goodness. Oh, invitation. Invitation to remain at Netherfield. Let me see if I pronounced the Netherfield well. Oh, I pronounce it well. Netherfield for the present. Elizabeth most thankfully consented, and a servant was dispatched to Longbourn to acquaint the family with her stay and bring back a supply of clothes. I love it. I love it. I'm doing so well. I see some improvement because, like, yeah, but I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going until I get better at speaking. I really love this book a lot. It's such a fun read. It's really good. I've watched the movie multiple times and I love it. Yeah, and that's why I decided to pick up the book too, because like it's really good so far. I love it. I really do. I see why people love this book a lot, and like I said, I watched the movie, the Pride and Prejudice, the 2004. Is it the 2004 one? Let me type it. Oh, 2005. See? Ooh, you guys can see that, but if you go to Google, it's 2005. Yeah, when you look up the 2005, the one like this, yeah, the 2005, yeah, the 2005 one is, yeah, the best. I think I can see some improvement, so I'll just keep practicing. The more I do it, the more like my brain get used to it. Yeah, I think I did well today. I did. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I'm recording on my laptop now. Yeah, I'm recording on my laptop because on my phone, it's like I don't know. I prefer like recording on my laptop and stuff. Yeah. Yep, I do. And I'm done now. I'm done with like what chapter was that on again? I forgot. Wait, let me look. Let me see. Oh, chapter 7. I'm done with chapter 7. Yeah. Oh.